congrats on the win, your first NFL start. What a game it was for you. You had a rushing touchdown, your first drive, the shovel pass to Theo. Took a lot of hits. How are you feeling both mentally and physically?
Yeah, it's just a football game. I think that's just the best way to describe it. Obviously this experience was a special one, being my first one, and I'm just grateful to have the guys around me that I had. I obviously want to give a big shout out to Russ. I know that this week probably wasn't the easiest thing, but he handled it like a professional and just was a mentor for me. So obviously just have a ton of respect for him, and it goes for Jameis as well, just getting me prepared for this week. And really just proud of the guys being able to battle through some adversity throughout the game. And it's not always going to be the cleanest, but I was just happy that we were able to come out to win.
How are you feeling physically?
Feel good.
Jaxson, can you talk a little bit about that play with Theo, the one that picked up the first down, just how it came together in the moment, what you're seeing, what's he seeing, and the backstory to it?
Yeah, that one was really cool because it was something that we discussed, kind of a change up, an adjustment on the route. He's really just supposed to keep running all the way through, and I told him just from like film prep and stuff, you see that middle open, just sit it down for me. And so it was kind of just like a cool moment to see that happen in a big situation like that. And we gave each other a little look, and was really excited to obviously make that play with him.
Jax, were you surprised at all that they put the ball up and they put the trust in you to throw in that situation?
No, I wasn't, because I wanted the ball in my hand. Now when I think back on the game, obviously I haven't watched the tape, but there's mistakes that I made that I want back in the passing game, and I want to be cleaner. So I was grateful. They did have the confidence in me to give me the ball there, and I just knew in that situation, with the guys out there with me, that we were going to make a play.
Your mobility also got you out of some tough situations today. Would you say that the way you played today is kind of the way you like to balance it out in terms of using your legs and also throwing the ball?
Yeah, I'd like to be a little bit more efficient in the passing game, creating a little bit a few more explosive plays. But they had a really good plan for us, so you got to give them a ton of credit, and they played really good defense these past 3 weeks, and we knew that coming into this game. And the vertical passing game down the field just wasn't there because of how they played, and they're very disciplined. So we were able to take some things underneath, and things like a little sticky in coverage, just try to make some plays with my legs.
Jaxson, how will this offense change for you and overall if Malik's injury is long-term as feared?
Yeah, obviously prayers to him. I don't think that we know exactly what happened, so he's gonna be one of my first phone calls to check on him. But Malik is, I've said it, like Malik's one of one. So when you have a guy like that on the field, you have all the confidence in the world that he can just be a dominant game changer. But I thought, from that moment, obviously it's really hard seeing, one of your best friends go down. But we were able to rally, and I thought guys made some good plays. But obviously just prayers to him, and yeah.
What's kind of going through your mind in that situation? So I'm just on Malik still. What was going through your mind in that situation?
Obviously it hurts, because it's the worst part of this game is the injuries. So you hate to see your teammate, your brother, go down and look in pain like that. But I'm just going to be praying for him, and I got his back through it all.
Jaxson, you know what it's like. You know what it's like to.
I got her. Go ahead.
What was going through your head as you're standing on the sidelines as the clock expires and you realize you're going to get your first NFL win?
Yeah, I was just waiting for it to hit 0 because obviously that Dallas game, I in my mind I thought we were going to have that one, so I was just staring at the clock and just waiting for it to count down. But John Runyon was right next to me, and that was a cool moment to have with him. And it was just special to get the first one, and this is just a start.
You know what it's like to, as a quarterback, to get hounded and get hit.
Yeah.
If you tell it all from what your guys on defense are doing, Justin, and how important is that?
Yeah, I thought our defense, carried us through this game. That our defense, our offensive line, played at a really elite level. And as a quarterback, when and there's pressure like that, and there's guys always in the backfield. No matter who you are, the game just speeds up. And you know, they have a really good team over there and played really good. So you know, our D-line knew that they had to be play at a dominant level for us to win, and just, you know, really credit to those guys for stepping up and making a lot of plays.
We saw the moments you had with Dable after the game. Clearly, he's very emotional. You have to know this was a big decision for him to go to you. So, could you feel how much this meant to him to get this win?
Yeah, you know, like I said, we've been really close in these past weeks, and it's hard, you know, when you feel like you should win. You have plenty of opportunities to win, and there's just plays where, you know, we just didn't make. And you know, I think everybody just in the locker room felt that way too. Like, we know that we have really good players on our team. So I think it was just, you know, this is just a big, like, confidence builder for us as a team to, you know, have a win like this where it wasn't easy, it wasn't clean, and we had to fight, and, you know, just like the other weeks, but this time we finished. So, you know, I thought our coaches did a really good job, and, you know, obviously Dave was just excited to get the win.
What was that embrace like, and what did he say to you? Like, what did you take from it?
Yeah, I mean, me and Dave just have a special relationship. You know, he's the guy that believed in me from day one, and, you know, I think it does say a lot, you know, that he made the decision and had the confidence in me, and, you know, even just giving me the ball in those situations on a third down to make a play. So, you know, I think that I know that when you have a coach who, you know has your back, you know, I'm gonna go out there and do everything I can for him to win.
Congratulations coming into your first NFL win, first NFL start. Coming into the stadium, there were a lot of young kids. Had your jersey, cap on backwards, your Anakin Sky.
Yeah.
What does it mean for you to see young kids now emulating you so early in your life?
It's really cool because, you know, I was one of those kids. You know, like Russell Wilson was, you know, a guy who, you know, I had, you know, one of his first pairs of cleats when they came out, you know, and you know, when you grow up and there's guys that you look up to, you know, you try to emulate things, you know, in the backyard when you're just playing around, you know, with your friends. So it's cool to see that. You know, it definitely gives me a feeling of, you know, you just want to play really good and make people happy, and obviously win, because, you know, there's a lot of people who, you know, take time out of their day and take the sacrifice. You know, the tickets are not always the cheapest, and you know, they're here to support us, and I think it just means a lot. You know, it definitely means a lot to me to see that support, and, you know, it makes you definitely go harder.
What were you thinking when you were forced off the field for the concussion examination?
I mean, I was pissed. I mean, I want to see anybody try to sprint 70 yards as hard as you can, and then you got to run back and get ready for the next play. Like, you're going to be tired. So that's all it was. I was just tired, and obviously I never want to come out of the game. Yeah, Scout's a baller. You know, I just think that we play very similar, like, mentality-wise. I need to be smarter in the open field, taking some hits and whatnot. But when you have a guy like that who, you know, just kind of brings the juice every single day and gives it his all, the guys around him want to play harder. So, and then off the field, you know, we just have a really cool connection.
Jaxson,
How much?
the hamstring, how much did you have to fight through pain or adjust your game, like mid-game playing through it?
I didn't feel like I really had to adjust my game. It's just kind of football. Like, you know, you're going to take a little bit of a step, or, you know, something. You're not going to feel perfect throughout a game, and you know, I'll take this week and recover, and I'll be ready to go.
How important was it for you and the team to score touchdowns?